Like a boss.
All right, ladies. So today we're going to be talking about how to embrace your shadow side to make him chase. Oh yeah, I know a lot of you guys are like, oh my god, finally, right? And to be honest with you, this is one of the reasons why when you're in a relationship with somebody, why you sort of feel some resentment. You feel the pressure to be feminine, right? And as a result, you suppress your shadow side. And what tends to happen is that when you suppress your shadow side, it comes out in passive aggressive ways. You see, you can't really you can't really run away from it because it'll always be inside of you. So the key is not to repress it because society does not like the shadow side. You see, for some women, society doesn't like the shadow side because it creates insecurity within themselves, right? So what you got to do is learn to embrace that shadow side, right? Because everyone has it. It not, you see, we hide our shadow because it is not socially acceptable, right? And as a result, a lot of people hide it so much that they think they have no shadow. And what tends to happen is that that shadow side will then begin to control them through because it'll leak out. It's energy. It's gonna come out some way, right? So you gotta learn how to embrace it. For example, with me, see those trolling videos with the Sherry 7 fans? Oh yeah, that's my shadow side, right? I have a very impish nature. I like to mock stupidity. You see what I'm saying? So when you learn to do, rather than me acting like it doesn't bother me, like, yeah, it doesn't bother me. I'm mindful. Motherfucker, it bothers me. And guess what? I'm gonna attack back, right? When you embrace that, people will sense your freedom. People will say, man, I wish I could do that. And that fascination will make you stand out from other people. So we're gonna talk about how many steps are there? We're going to talk about 3 steps on how to embrace your shadow side. All right. And I can promise you, ladies, when you embrace this, you will stand out. You, as long as you keep some femininity, you will stand out. And as long as this is like a drop, we ain't talking about your whole goddamn shadow. Okay. No. We're talking about some of your shadows. Because some of your shadows, I don't want to see none of your shadows. Some of you ladies. Shit. All right. So the first one is this. In order to use your shadow, first you got to see the shadow. All right. It's easy to look at your shadows through others. So if you want to look at your shadow side and you're like, I have a tough time. I'm such a nice person. Yo, first of all, okay. And the next one is notice how people react to you. Notice the things that people have told you that you didn't agree with. For example, with me, it could be what's a part what part of my shadow side? What could it be? Um, like I have, let me see, like a lot of my fantasies that I have, I'm in control. A lot of the fantasies that I have, like deep down, I have like deep desires to be like almost adored, right? That's part of my shadow, right? And what would happen is that if I'm not conscious of that shadow, if I'm not conscious of that, it'll come out. Like I'll develop grandiosity. I'll begin to see myself as greater than other people, right? But by acknowledging that fantasy of mine, I could tone it down, redirect it in ways that's actually healthy. Because when you don't notice it, you can't redirect it. So look at your shadow through other people. That's the first thing. Look at how other people react to you. Get feedback from other people. Don't get defensive. Even when you get feedback from other people and you get defensive, that's your shadow right there. Observe that. Observe that shadow. Notice where it comes from, right? The shadow hides in others, right? For example, I hate hypocrites. Why? Because deep down it's touching with my shadow. There's something in me that I feel like I'm a hypocrite about. And you guys are like, oh my God, why is he saying this? I'm using it as an example for you guys, motherfuckers. All right, I'm using myself as an example for you. For example, I like there's just some things that I just get jealous about. Like some things, I don't get jealous about a lot of things. Like about money, I don't care. About women, I don't care. But there are a few things in life that really creates deep and intense jealousy to the point where I can't even see it. Right? That's my shadow. And it's like I could feel it inside. I could feel like it just pops out, and I can't help it. But that's my shadow. So what do I do? Because I'm aware of it now. I can control it. You gotta realize that beast isn't evil. That beast is there. It's creative energy. Like comes to my seminar October 26th. We're gonna be talking about this. We're gonna go deeper than this, but anyways, sorry, getting a little giggity right now. So the shadow hides in others, right? So they talk. So the shadow. See, the thing is that shadow. When you see somebody, when you hate something, you gotta realize is that you're looking at yourself. Like when you hate something, somebody, it's almost like your shadow's way of showing itself to you. But if you're very unconscious, you're gonna think that that is them. That is you. So notice the hidden resentment you have towards men. Notice what hidden fantasies you have. Notice what annoys you about men, because most likely that's in you. And you know what? You might say to yourself, it's not in me. Just try to see it in you. That's all. Just try. Try to say, how is that in me? Because at first you don't see it. You got to keep asking yourself, how is that in me? How is that in me? And eventually you will find it. And what happens is that when you find it, then you're able to redirect it for creative energy. And boy, oh boy, it's almost like oil that's been in the earth for millions of years. Once you uncover that shadow side, creativity will come flowing, because you can use that shadow side to express yourself with creativity. Like me, my shadow side is a desire to control, but I'm aware of it, right? So I use my shadow to think about dark tactics to teach you guys, but then I use my light side for empathy, to understand your perspective and to not use it. You see what I'm saying? It's something that if I don't embrace my shadow, I wouldn't be able to come up with the things that I come up with. If Robert Greene didn't embrace his shadows, he wouldn't be able to come up with the books that he comes up with. But in order to embrace it, you got to first be aware of that shadow within you, right? So question whether you have what you hate in others, and dig deeply for those answers. So look for indirect signs. Look for indirect signs of your shadow. One, through one-sided traits. Like if you're overly feminine, that means that you have a very dark masculine shadow that you have to look at. Because if you're overly feminine, that might mean that you're using your femininity to control and manipulate. But most people are not aware of that, because they have this conception of themselves of being nice and angelic. Okay, right? So look at that and analyze it. What's your extreme, right? Like for me, like you guys can easily see my shadows more easily than I could, right? So look at indirect signs. Assume it's inside of you, and look for more signs of that. So if you find something you hate in others, assume that's in you, and just try to look for other signs of that same behavior. And I'm not talking about to self-criticize yourself and to be evil. No, I'm not saying to talk down to yourself. It's more like an exploration of yourself, like trying to clean your room, right? This is a dark side. Like for example, look at when you get too overly emotional. When things hit you. For example, I remember one time, when I was drawing and I was getting decent at drawing, right? I actually drew this, right? Like when this woman used to criticize my drawing and used to say proportions. I used to get pissed off at her, right? And I thought that I was open-minded, but in reality, the reason why I got pissed off is because deep down, I wanted people to praise me. Deep down, I wanted people to acknowledge me as somebody who's unique. And because of that criticism, she was literally not confirming to me what I wanted to, and my shadow side came out and was defensive. And when I saw the comments that I sent her, I was like, holy shit, that was not me. But you know what? A lot of times when you see overreactions, you'll say that was not me. No, motherfucker, that was your shadow side. It just came out temporarily. Hold on to that and look at where that comes from, and look how other parts of yourself, look at where does that branch from, what other branches did that branch create, right? This dark side, like being criticized for your art, there you go. It meant you wanted praise. These emotions, once it's in others, it will react in you. That same narcissism that's causing the hate, right, is your own narcissism towards yourself that causes you to hate all the narcissistic people. So notice the people who you hate and despise. Most likely that's within you. Like for example, with LeBron, right? With LeBron selling out to China, a lot of people, including myself, hate it. Why? Because deep down, you're also exhibiting that behavior in one way or another. In all honesty, that is the reason why people hate that shit. It's because they see it in themselves. Right? And I'm telling you, ladies, if you just embrace this, I'm not dumb, but if you just embrace this, you're gonna open up different dimensions and different dimensions to your personality, and you're gonna be more not multiple personalities, but more integrated, because people are complex. People are very multiplicated, and by embracing and bringing together that complexity, is going to create, you're going to have a completely different vibe for most people. You're going to have an impish look to you. It's going to be like a little shadowness, but like you who you are, but just different. You could think of many examples like that in society. Charles Barkley, right? Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, right? Examples of people who own their shadows. Dennis Rodman, right? Not Miley Cyrus. That's not goddamn shadow. That's she's just trying to get praise. That's different. Miley Cyrus is just trying to get attention. Shadow is more genuine. It's like when people, you know how people who can get away with saying things that others can't? It's because they're embracing their shadows. It's congruent with who they are, right? Right? Remember when you were young and you were particularly cruel and mean. These moments you couldn't control. That was your shadow. Don't assume they were just moments of anger. They were a reflection of your shadow as opposed to repressed forces that comes as a result of growing up, right? Those were who you were, right? So it's also examine the earlier version of yourself. See the parts in you that, look, I'm not going to, this is part of the course. Let me keep that, let me skip some parts, right? Right. So the next thing, once you see the shadows, right? Again, this happens in relationships. This is something, it's self-exploration. If you do this, eventually, slowly but surely, you're going to be someone who's really unique. And when I mean unique, I mean who's really yourself, right? Because everyone is unique, right? But everyone, for some reason, acts the same because they're trying to conform, right? So the next thing is this. All right. So once you have uncovered all of the different sides of the shadow, what most people usually do is that they reject their shadows. They're ashamed of it. They're ashamed of all of the evil desires they have, all of the selfish things that they've done. What you got to do is embrace your shadow. All right. That's how you integrate it into your personality. Rather than feel ashamed and weird, embrace it and link it up to your personality. Find a way find a way how to link up your dark side to your personality. For example, in my videos, I have a part of me that just I hate people who talk shit. Like I hate people who don't, like, how can I say this? People who are trying to fake niceness, right? So what I do the exposed videos. I do the exposed video to expose people who are clearly talking out of their ass. You see what I'm saying? So you got to embrace that shadow side, like me making a t-shirt. It's called Dusty Charm. I'm gonna make a t-shirt called Dusty Charm because it sort of annoys me, but you know what, I embrace it. I don't hide the fact that it annoys me. I embrace it, and I wear a shirt that says Dusty Dating Coach, right? That's how you embrace your shadow. You can't deny the fact that some things will bother you and some things will get to you. Don't let your ego, you're a human being, things get to you. Embrace it and find a way how to utilize it. You see what I'm saying? The embracement of your shadow reminds people. You see, the thing is that by embracing your shadow, people will automatically become more drawn to you because you're going to remind them of their own suppression. You know, you're going to remind them of what they could possibly be if they embrace themselves. You know, so they're going to unconsciously connect with you. The next step is exploring your shadow, right? Once you embrace your shadow, once you embrace your selfish tendencies, once you embrace the passive aggression that you try to suppress, once you embrace that shit and learn to be a little bit more direct as an exercise, you then explore it. Explore the depth of your shadow. Once you embrace your shadow, explore it, get to know it. You know, learn how to apply some primitive. I'm not going to talk about that. That's in the course, right? But learn to explore your shadows. Learn to see the world through the eyes of your shadow. You know that part of you that's really hateful and evil? Learn to see the world through the eyes of your shadows. That's a different perspective. That's how creativity rises. Your shadow has a lot of creative energy. You know, you just have to, it's like scam artists. Scam artists know how to find scams. Then, like, you could hire scam artists to make sure that you don't get scammed. You know, hire a scam artist to find out how the flaws in your system. You know, like hiring a hacker to find out the vulnerability in a system. They're using a shadow side to see things you can't see. So it's kind of like, that's what I tell women. Look, there are moments in your relationship when you wish you would have said something. That's your shadow. There are parts of you that wish you would have said, go fuck yourself, nigga. Go fuck yourself. That's your shadow. For example, remember one time a girl dumped me and I had the urge. I was like, yo, fuck you, man. You liar. And she was like, why you gotta be so mean? And now I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to be mean. Oh, I'm like, and then I was nice to her. You know what? Thinking back, I should have just said what I wanted to say. You want to know why? Because I would have hurt her feelings from what I've noticed. And that would have made her feel bad and maybe made me chase. But what I did was I was like, no, I don't have a shadow. I'm a nice person. I gotta be nice. And deep down, I want to say, you know what? I hope you get old and rot. But I was like, no, I'm nice. I'm a nice person. I hope you do well. bullshit, right? Embrace that fucking shadow, all right? Just don't go to jail. Put the knife down, but just don't go. I don't want that kind of shadow. I don't want that kind of shadow. Fuck that, right? Right. So explore your evil impulses and how you can express them, right? Ladies, I know some of you guys want to get dicked down by 10 guys. Okay, I know some of you guys want to do that shit. I know that. I know some of you guys want to have a dick behind. I'm not even kidding. I know some of you guys do. Some of you guys want to have a dick here, and a dick there, and a dick behind. Some of you guys just have that fantasy. It's just human nature. You got to find a way how to bring that out. I'm not telling you guys to get dick down. I'm not saying you guys to get gangbanged. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if that's inside, if you desire that, find a way how to do it. Look, guys, if you don't do that, it's gonna come out one way or another. It's gonna come out one way or another, and that one way or another you can't control. At least you can control how it comes out. People, this is truly groundbreaking to me, man. Look, I'm gonna finish it here, man. But let me show you some examples of people who embrace their shadow, and I'm about to tell you who they are, and you're gonna say, you know what? Damn, they are interesting. Ladies, if you do this, you're gonna stand out. One, Simon Cowell, right? From Simon Cowell, right? Another one is Gordon Ramsay. Another one is Goku. He has a shadow side. Another one is Vegeta. He has a shadow side. Another one is Kobe Bryant. Not LeBron. He's hiding his shadow. LeBron is hiding his beautiful. LeBron is hiding his shadow side, and as a result, that's what you see. So that's the thing, man. It's like rappers. Rappers is another example. Rappers bring out the shadow side in people. People want to be that free. People want to tell the world go fuck themselves, right? And so that's why they're very appealing. People, this is very interesting, man. I find it's extremely fascinating. It's the shadow side that gives you the edge. Remember when I talk about having a hint of coldness? This could be it. It's really fascinating. All right, look. Come to my seminar, please, man. It's gonna be so much fun. Oh, it's not even the fact about, look, man, to let you guys know, it's not even about the money. It's $10, $20 to go to my 2-day seminar. $20. And the reason why it's just to cover the cost for the rooms. In general, this is for everyone. This is just to put this content out because I just find it so fascinating, man. Truly do, man. So go check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and peace out, motherfuckers.
All right, ladies. So this is the course that all of you guys have been asking me for, and it's the psychological game of attraction. This is pretty much the course that will make any man beg to want to commit with you. This is the course that I wish, I'll be honest with you, if I was a woman, this is the kind of course that I want, because it's a course that's specifically geared to help you understand how guys fall in love and how to do it in a systematic way that's almost predictable, right? So let me show you guys how this course is set up. By the way, there's a 30-day money back guaranteed on this course. So if you guys don't like it, you guys will get money back. Look, let me show you how it's done, right? So it's split up in a few sections. The first section is the introduction, obviously, what to expect from it. After that is I'm giving you an understanding of the psychology of attraction, right? Because you need to understand that dating is a game. You need to think strategically, that there are certain laws of human nature that you cannot break, and just a few things of why people love each other. You know, it's very important to have a realistic expectation. After that, we go into the three phases of every relationship. They all go in these three phases, and these phases could overlap each other at times, right? The first phase is the pre-honeymoon period. It is when you first know the person, or it is when you're becoming acquaintance with the guy, or it is when you guys broke up and are back together, or it is when you guys had a long period of you guys not knowing each other and now you guys want to rekindle things. This works in any point of the relationship that you need to spark interest and curiosity. So these videos are specific for that. Specific to create curiosity, how to get to know the guy the right way, using your non-verbals, how to create a powerful reputation. It's truly powerful stuff. After that is the honeymoon period. This honeymoon period is how to get from curiosity to interest to creating a deep connection. So all of these videos are specifically geared to that. Not the 30, no. These specific videos are there for this phase, and this phase is any phase. You guys are having a good, happy moment. You guys just got back together, and now you feel that peak. You feel that happiness that you guys felt. That's what this is, right? So these videos are there for that, creating a lonely fantasy, the preemptive breakup, the triangle of love, using words to control these men. It's powerful stuff. After that is the post honeymoon period, and again is a short list of videos because these videos are there to solidify the connection that you already created. So if you just had an incredible moment, or you just came out of a vacation with a guy and everything went well, you better use this phase, because if you don't do this, he's gonna become disenchanted. It's just how it is. These are very specific videos, and if you and all you gotta do is just say, all right, where am I? I tell you where you guys are, and you just watch the video. It's pretty much like being coached by me. You got some bonus videos: stop being nice, dealing with the inevitable, how to deal with breakup, how to deal with getting over a dude. This is the how to overcome manipulation, identifying manipulation, deterring manipulation, defending yourself against manipulation, what to do if you're already in a manipulative relationship, and how to avoid them through detachment. It's pretty much an extremely succinct and laser focused course. Not one waste of motion. That's why I love it. And there's a 30-day money back guarantee if you guys don't like it. No questions asked, people. All right. And if you guys want to support this channel, this is how you support it. And I hope you guys enjoy this. All right. See you guys inside.